Britney had to come out and be the all-American, be the one that's safe for the parents and the family so that Christina could come out and
be weird.
Like the disruptor.
She was like sweet and she would include you. Like it wasn't this intimidating thing. She was building a brand.
I guess,
you know what I mean? She was building like just beyond being a singer. She was building like an entire persona, like this character that was like a superhero to people. Freeing Britney made us come together, you guys.
It's what she does.
That's what she does.
It's what she does. In a time when we're lost and we don't know what tradition is or what we want our kids to listen to, we've got Britney.
Baby One More Time, the most iconic music video of all time.
Of all time.
I feel like, just to clarify, that is an opinion that you guys have.
Okay, no, look, any little kid at the time, any gay little boy or straight little woman.
Were we putting on the Catholic schoolgirl outfit?
Guy too.
Or straight guys, yeah. Thank you. That's actually true.
I'm here to speak for the
She was there for everybody. No matter who you were, you knew who Britney Spears was immediately after that music video.
And honestly, I can't think of a Christina Aguilera iconic moment that's as big as Baby One More Time.
Okay, well, we didn't even talk yet.
They haven't started yet.
And it sounds like you're not thinking.
I wanted to already get ahead of it and just say that Christina Aguilera does not have anything in her closet or repertoire in terms of her career.
That's a great segue. That's a great segue. That's a great segue. No, it's time for us to talk. Okay, Christina Aguilera.
But wait, just one more thing. Like, Baby One More Time comes out, and then a little bit later, Genie in a Bottle comes out.
Yeah, Britney got vocals, she's got the look, she can dance, and she creates pop culture moments.
Britney's vocals do not compare to Christina's vocals, and I don't care. That's in the period.
Okay,
and
we're not comparing vocals.
Does everyone need a breath?
Does everyone need a breath right now?
Take a breath.
I think relax, okay?
Okay.
But I also though this is a good moment. I did get passionate.
The Christina one, yes, it was a moment. I know Genie in a Bottle, but like, I don't know. It was just not as strong of a moment for me. I just don't think it was as much passion. Yeah, it is. It's a little more. She didn't know who she was right away.
Can we talk about reflection?
The notes that she hits on that song are like unimaginable.
Yeah.
Like,
beautiful
and
song.
she had to go on like Good Morning America or one of those shows at like 5 a.m. and sing that and hit that live on TV, which is incredible.
You for speaking to the greatest
but at the same time,
generation.
when you go to see a show, like, is it just about the singing?
Yes.
No, it's
actually.
You know what? Britney even made this tiny kind of microphone iconic. Like
telemarketers made that.
No, they did not. Nobody's like,
but do we watch telemarketers? No, we watch Britney up on that goddamn stage.
Like, we knew her outfits. We knew her every movement. She just became like bigger than herself. She became like an entire movement for women.
That is interesting, right? She became a movement, right? Because she was created to be one.
They
she
both
was literally
I think
a
they
puppet.
both were.
But I think Christina album too, like Christina was like, okay,
we can't jump.
Yeah,
we can't jump to
but
album
she's
two.
like, okay, I'll play Genie in the Bottle.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the rest of that album versus the rest of Britney's first album, like she was herself.
But you guys,
she was starting to be herself.
We can't really fight that because obviously, like, it was the 90s. Corporations were in charge of
Well,
all the
I mean,
music.
I'm talking down on Soda Pop on Baby One More Time because
like
that's a timeless classic.
Yeah.
I would also like to speak to the fact that
Soda
Christina
Pop.
Aguilera, in her first album, she wasn't even allowed, to do the actual vocals that she was capable of doing.
Totally.
She had to hold back. So I don't think Britney was ever holding back.
Britney started in the Mickey Mouse Club, only 8 years old. I think she went and she was too young when she first auditioned.
Yeah, she went and she tried to audition. She should have made it, but they told her that she was too young. But I don't think that really stopped her train because she kept on working.
I know that when I was 8 years old, I was already dreaming about doing that stuff, but I was not like as full on. She was already singing like very grown songs, She already had a little face. Like, she's so iconic. Her little face is like Britney.
That's why parents loved her.
She was on Broadway.
She was on Broadway and she was trained.
She
had the training to be on Broadway, which is another reason why I feel like the Mickey Mouse Club should have seen the potential early on. They should have said, girl, you're young. Come and be our young star.
I love that the cutoff is like, you have to be 8.5.
I first encountered her in the Baby One More Time music video. And I was like, who is this icon flipping around in these old Navy track pants? Because I also, I was wearing the same track pants. So I felt
I can
seen.
afford it.
I could cartwheel. She could cartwheel. She loved the track pant. I loved the track pant. And instantly she became one of my queens.
Right.
Yeah.
That Baby One More Time music video is literally
Epic.
like
It's just
legendary.
perfect. It's perfect. You look back on like, first of all, miss music videos altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would watch music videos as if they were
Well,
like
what
a
did
TV
she
show.
mean to you?
I mean, I'm going to say this a lot, but now that I'm like full gay dyke, like early on, I didn't understand it, but I was like, oh my God, wait, what is this making me feel?
Were you tingling, girl?
Yeah, I was just like, I'm alive. I think I want to like play basketball with her and then also dance with her, also be her, and also like be with her. Like it was a very confusing,
Complex.
but accelerating experience. And then she looked like all the girls I was going to high school with. Like, oh my God,
So
like,
what
I
you're
need to be
saying
that.
is that she isn't that original? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think she was like, I think for the first time, like it was
Britney Jean Spears.
Britney Jean Spears. I
Yeah.
think she was like a girl's girl in that way where it's like, you wanted to be her friend, but she was like sweet and she would include you. Like it wasn't this intimidating thing.
Did she feel familiar to you?
She did. She felt like just like a homegirl, and she could play basketball and do gymnastics and dance with you. Britney just every song would hit. Every song would hit. Every song was in the media.
Not every song.
Almost every song
Here's
in
the
those
thing.
first two albums.
I just think that Britney represents a level of familiarity. And I think that that's something that we can all appreciate. Like, we know exactly what we're going to get with Britney Spears every time. We're going to get a great pop song. We're going to get great dancing. We're going to get memorable outfits.
Yep.
And it's going to be a song or a moment that we're going to talk about for years and years and years to come. And for me personally, I don't feel the same way in terms of when I think about moments that Christina Aguilera has had. Especially
I was trying to catch up.
I respect
She was
that.
trying to
it
catch
felt
up.
a lot
Yeah,
like catching up. And it's
catching
like,
up.
we've seen what
Familiarity.
Britney has done. Okay, well, how can we put a little twist on it
That's
so
how
that
I
we can
felt.
appear to be different?
But I'm like, I respect that. I do feel like there's familiarity with Britney, but I'm also like, Christina has mystique. You don't know exactly what's going on with that outfit in these songs. You're like, she's been through something. I'm trying to figure it out.
Can we just have a little moment for Britney's abs? Like, I still think about them.
All 8 of them? Or
All
was
of
it
them.
12?
It was just like one flat surface. I didn't understand her stomach, and it was a mystery.
I think it makes sense that it's sticking with you. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why
No,
you
just
say
like
that.
based on who you are, I think it
I
makes
don't-
sense.
I
for
think
you
it's
to be
really
like,
just about how like athletic she was.
I gotta be honest. She had incredible abs.
Like incredible
Okay, I gotta
abs.
be honest.
Honestly, like I wear my jeans to my boobs. Like I don't know how she was wearing them so low, but like I tried it. Even back then, it was like I had a little bit of a fupa, so it wasn't good for me. But a lot of my friends got belly button piercings. Like she made belly button piercings a thing.
The little dingly dinglies?
The little dinglies.
Sure, her abs, but I got chunking done because of Christina's hair.
Oh my God, what? Excuse me?
It's called chunking.
Yeah.
I chunked my hair because of Christina. It's chunking. Look it up. Chunks by L'Oreal. We're not sponsored by
Okay,
them.
chunking is crazy.
Sounds like a
can't
Ben
believe-
and Jerry's flavor.
I mean, okay, Kelly Clarkson also kind of made it famous in like.
It was like street.
Yes,
like,
it was like a
chunks.
string
Yeah.
of like, and all right, the
I
belly
ain't got
button
no
was
hair.
more
like
iconic, I guess.
crimping hair, chunking.
I'm talking about like the little strand of black.
Yeah.
But it was like it's not highlights. It's
It was like
chunking.
it was like
two-toned.
chunks.
It's like two-toned
chunking.
hair. Yeah.
It's called chunking. Look it up.
chunking is like
Comment.
I am so bald and black.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
But if you had hair, I bet you would get chunks.
Chunkalicious.
I bet you would
I'd be chunking it up.
Also, I do like that Christina had piercings, but we didn't know where they were. But I know that she had a lot. Like we could only really see a few. So like, did she have like some like?
Well, there was like that iconic headline where they were like, how many piercings does she have?
Yeah.
And like, where are they? And there was like a diagram of like,
Really?
where
Of her
piercings
body?
were Christine. Yeah. And David Letterman like brought it up. And she was like, I think no, right?
Yeah.
I think
What?
it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I
David
remember
Letterman is
that.
messy
I
for
mean,
that.
that's just goes to show how much people love Britney and wanted to be her because like a belly button piercing doesn't heal. Like you just have a hole in your belly button
It
for the
doesn't
rest of
heal?
eternity. No, it's like it's a weird place in your body where it doesn't heal. So there's all these moms out there with holes in their belly buttons now going like, I did it.
That is something.
At least
Britney,
chunking you can chunk
I
over.
don't know if Britney was the only reason people got belly button rings, but okay, go off.
She's the main
She's
reason.
a trendsetter. She
Yeah.
set the trend.
For
She
me,
is a
the belly
trendsetter.
button ring was more because of Shakira.
I was like, who are you about to bring? I'm like, who are you about to call out from like left field to like make this claim? Shakira.
We're
Goodbye.
Yeah, but it was a brand. She was building a brand.
I guess,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
She was building like
But
just
it is-
beyond being a singer. She was building like an entire persona, like this character that was like a superhero to people. Like she was really like a superhero. She
That's
didn't.
a really good point.
You know what I mean? She was like kind of building it, and people imagine the kind of like the interviews, all the stuff that was happening to her, men being like really gross towards her, like people asking about her relationships when she's 16. Like she really like kind of kept it together for a very long time.
Well, there's actually a video of Britney on Star Search. And she actually, I hate to admit it, she does sound exactly like Christina Aguilera. She's got the like powerhouse. She's a powerhouse vocalist.
She can sing.
And yet, but whenever she was doing all of her recordings, they said, no. So that whole like nasally kind of like, that was actually, she was told to sing like that.
Be okay?
Well, she was told,
say that?
that was fine.
Okay.
She was told to sing like that. And so I'm just saying like, it's kind of interesting because obviously Christina Aguilera maybe could have been told the same thing, but allegedly, I don't know what those conversations were, but Christina Aguilera was so, like the vocals and the musicality of it and just singing with that power that, the singers that inspired her and that made her who she was. So I don't know. And I'm not saying like she's better because she fought against it and didn't sing like that. But yeah, it's something to think about. Something to think about for your leader.
I'm over here. Yeah, exactly. Britney had to go in and take the brunt first for the opposite team to go and say, okay, well, we don't want you to sound like her. We're going to need you to sing like yourself. So maybe without Britney, Christina would be singing out of her nose.
Yeah, because despite making her,
no, Christina would never do that. Christina
and also she was very
guys.
vocal.
Yeah.
Christina was very vocal about like knowing the styles that she wanted to emulate. And there's interviews of her being really frustrated on her first album, which we alluded to before, where she was like, didn't feel like she could fully bring herself to the table where like, Britney was younger and couldn't like advocate for that. But also I think Britney was maybe like down with this more pop.
I don't think she was down. I think she was, I think despite everybody telling her like, you have to be a smaller version of yourself, she still became this huge icon. Like despite singing not like to her full potential, she was still like an incredible performer.
Once again, I really want to drive home the point that Britney had to come out and be the all-American, be the one that's safe for the parents and the family so that Christina could come out and be weird. Like the disruptor.
Yeah.
Like, she was like a disruptor, which is fine.
Because up until before her, Britney was put in place first. Everything was one hitters, right? Like Natalie Imbruglia. Like all these songs were just one-offs.
Torn, Natalie Imbruglia.
I love that song.
Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Well, you guys know that that's actually a cover.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a cover.
Anyways. Okay, so you're saying that without Britney being like taking,
Paving.
so Britney took the fall. Is that what you're saying? So that Christina was able to be the powerhouse, incredible vocalist that we know today.
I mean, what an incredible narrative!
What an incredible narrative!
I have to give it to you. That is an incredible narrative.
That's the one I'm sticking with. That's the one I'm going with.
And if you're in the comments, if you're watching this and you're like, wow, what an incredible narrative they just spun. Like, we want to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to be the 90s movie.
Could Christina have existed the way that she did without Britney? That's a great question.
Absolutely not.
We're saying, like, did she impact more people emotionally from like how she portrayed herself and the music? And that's what we're saying.
Really what we wanted out of both of them. They're incredible women who both touch us. But like, think about what Britney really went through. And despite it all, the amount of music and stuff that she was still working on. Like,
I think about the Vegas residency because Britney was going through things with her career then, and she was still able to deliver amazing show after show after show. And I feel like at the time, it's all we were talking about was Britney's big Vegas residency.
I'll say this. So sure, Britney sold more. Yes, she sold more than Christina. Do I care?
I also want to say Christina's album sold more than Britney's in her first week, just showing the fan excitement around it being like literally sold more in the first week than
first
Britney.
week.
Yeah, but Britney's album was already out.
Worldwide sales is 14 million copies.
I'll say this anytime.
that's iconic.
Our worldwide sales is 25 million copies.
Yeah, but the numbers don't matter because
double.
You guys, what do you think?
Yeah.
Do you like people that don't have as many CDs sold?
Do you guys remember? Do you remember what CDs are?
Yeah,
first of all,
do you know what CDs are? I know. Yeah. I remember. If I could buy the Genie in a Bottle CD every day of my life, I would.
Also, tell us about if you bought either of these two first albums. Like, tell us about that.
Know.
Like, I remember I bought both, obviously.
Same.
I remember I had like a CD case.
Me too.
I was like,
with
all
the sleeves.
in. And I was like in the back of, I think it was like a green Honda Odyssey. And I would like have my little
your CD
cassette
player.
CD thing. And I'd be like sitting back there listening. And they'd be like, Monica. And I'd be like, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely a moment. I mean, but it just platinum records. It's just the magnitude. Like she was just a bomb that exploded.
Britney Spears hit the scene and it was just kind of like nothing we had ever seen, at least for a very long time.
I feel like if aliens came down and we were explaining music in the 90s, we would not be like, there was Britney. Oh, and then there was Christina.
Absolutely
it would be like,
not.
there was Britney.
Nah.
I don't know what kind of aliens you're talking to. Like, what kind of crazy scenario is this?
Guys,
like, y'all are showing the aliens Christina Aguilera first over Britney Spears. That's insane to me.
Insane. You have
that
to
is
agree.
insane to me.
If I'm going to show an alien, a singer, the full package, I'm showing them Christina Aguilera, and I'm going to want them to listen to Christina
Christina
Aguilera.
Aguilera is the full package as a pop star?
100%.
That is absolutely
You're explaining to them a pop star.
She can't even dance. A pop star must dance. She cannot even dance.
Allegedly, she can't dance.
No, she can't
dance with a broken kneecap. Are you kidding? She popped her patella out and still gave us ones and twos. Christina Aguilera stands on a microphone like she's Adele.
I want to check in. I'm fine. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. I just want Britney to be happy.
Me too.
Yeah,
Britney, whatever you want to do, we are here.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do,
I want you
we're
naked
there.
on a beach. I want you
naked on a beach.
Yeah, eating pizza, all your favorite foods.
In a straw hat.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like it's in a weird way. She was like our nanny.
Yeah,
like she was with us when we were little, and now we're adults, and we're like, you need us. Like it's time for us to take care of you, Mama.
Well, guys, I'm just really, I have to be honest. I'm really glad that we're all friends again, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like I was nervous there. It was touch and go there for a minute. I thought I was, gonna have to probably block you all.
Not block me, not this, not over Xtina.
But you could say Britney brought us all back together. Freeing Britney made us come together, you guys.
It's what she does.
That's what she does.
That's what she does. In a time when we're lost and we don't know what tradition is or what we want our kids to listen to, we've got Britney. And that's why we love her.
Yeah, anytime I go into a bathroom barefoot, Britney's with me. And that's what's important.
With some dirty soul.